Hey there, young explorers. Can you imagine what would happen if Moon decides to visit our Earth one day? Let's use our knowledge, imagination and explore this exciting idea. The Moon is currently quite far away from us, about 2,38,000 miles. That's like going around the Earth almost 10 times. But what if it started to fall towards us? Let's imagine that it takes some time, say about a year, to reach our planet. During that time, we will notice some pretty amazing things happening around us. First, the Moon would start getting bigger and brighter in the sky. It will be quite a fantastic sight to behold. Now, this is where things start getting really interesting. People living near the coast will notice something really special happening. The ocean tides will start getting higher and higher each day. This happens because Moon's movement and its gravity affect our planet in a pretty big way. Let's understand this in little more detail. Oceans experience high tide and low tide twice a day. There is so much movement of water due to these tides that it temporarily changes the water level of ocean. Moon has a big role in creating these tides. These tides are generated because of Moon's gravity. Basically, Moon being a very heavy object tends to pull things towards itself. When Moon pulls water from oceans towards itself, it creates these tides. Now when Moon gets closer to the Earth, these tides will become larger and more dangerous. They might reach height of between 4 to 10 meters. That's 2 to 5 times your father's height. Can you imagine swimming in such gigantic tides? These high tides would also cause flooding in coastal areas, which might pose some serious challenge to roads, bridges and houses there. It would be quite a scare for people living in major cities by the sea. As the Moon gets closer and closer to the Earth, its gravity would start to shake things beneath our feet. That will mean more earthquakes happening in different places. Also, the Moon itself would also experience what we call Moonquakes. But there's a fascinating twist. The Moon's shape would also change with this. It would stretch out, becoming more like an egg and less like a ball. As Moon moves closer to the Earth, it would cause more movement of Earth's landmass, causing more earthquakes and volcanoes. All the smoke and dust from these eruptions might cover the sun, causing darkness all around us. It would be like being on a mysterious nighttime adventure during the day. This can make Earth quite inhabitable for humans, just like it became unlivable for dinosaurs millions of years ago. All these wild events will definitely make life quite challenging for us. Reduced temperature, potential harm to plants, animals and humans, all this will make for quite an adventure, or say misadventure. Here's the good news, my young explorers. This fascinating story is just a playful imagination. In reality, we don't have to worry about the Moon falling to Earth. You see, it's impossible for us to change the Moon's orbit. But guess what? The Moon is actually moving away from us by about 4 centimeters every year. So there's no need to fret. Isn't it amazing how imagination can take us on such thrilling journeys? Now let's visit some amazing facts about Moon. First, just like Earth has earthquakes, the Moon has moonquakes. The Moon may be a rocky, lifeless object, but it experiences moonquakes. These quakes were first detected by seismometers placed on lunar surface by Apollo astronauts. Second fact, Moon dust smells weird. Yes, astronauts who have been on Moon surface during Apollo missions reported that Moon dust has a peculiar smell. They described it as similar to gunpowder or burnt charcoal. Third interesting fact, 12 astronauts have walked on Moon's surface during NASA's Apollo missions from 1969 to 1972. They have left behind footprints that will last for millions of years due to absence of wind and erosion. Do you know these astronauts have also played a game on Moon? The only game ever played on Moon was, Guess what? Golf. In 1971, astronaut Alan Shepard made history by hitting 2 golf balls on the moon during Apollo 14 mission. It's time for a small quiz now. Let's see if you can answer these interesting questions about moon. First, what causes the phases of moon? Second, who was the first person to set foot on moon? Third question, which is the only game to be played on moon? So keep exploring, young adventurers, and remember that moon will always be our shining friend, safely lighting up our nights. For more such amazing adventures, don't forget to subscribe to Kaizen Microlessons.